think that Chambogo is in Chambogo. And I want to invite Right Honorable Speaker that if you permit this August House, I'm ready to take them for a tour to some of these facilities. The reason why I'm saying this, Madam Speaker, the coach of South Africa, the coach of Algeria, when they moved out of Uganda through their embassies and ambassadors, particularly Algeria, even Morocco, when they came here and left here, they were able to appreciate our facilities as a country. And that I want us to clap for ourselves. Madam Speaker, Fufa Kadiba Stadium, which I thank the Federation, Mutesa Tuwankulukuku Stadium, were also upgraded with the modern facilities, leaving Uganda with the improved assets for football tournaments. CHAN 2024 served as a rehearsal for AFCON 2027. And I really want to ask my children up here, the ball now is before you. Because we have 2 years to go for AFCON 2027. Honorable Zake thinks that I'm still young. But I have fairly...
Minister, you're speaking to the Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I want furthermore to say that the tournament acted as a rehearsal for CHAN for AFCON 2027, allowing Uganda to successfully test the organizational systems in logistics, security, accreditation, medical preparedness, ticketing, and funds management. Never did you ever hear that there was a funds breakup in the stadium during the competition. You used to see helicopters parked at the parking of that stadium. All these were in conformity with the CAF standards. The local organizing committee, with about 13 specialized committees under the guidance of CAF, gained valuable experience while over 500 volunteers acquired practical skills in events management, building a pool of young Ugandans who are mobilized for the future tournaments. Economically, the tournament stimulated businesses, opportunities, job creations for hotel, transport operators, vendors, service providers, procurement for publicity, merchandise, logistics, name them. Friends, this tournament, for the first time, the Entebbe International Airport recorded the highest number of arrivals for the first time ever since the airport was created and was open. This all came because of the arrivals during the CHAN tournament. Socially, CHAN 2024 strengthened national pride and unity. The Cranes fighting spirit, coupled with the unprecedented support of over 38,000 fans at Nambole, created a powerful atmosphere that symbolizes Uganda's spirit of passion. And I want to congratulate Alan Okello. Every time he could be able to raise to the occasion, to call upon the fans to rally behind the team. Thank you so much, Alan Okello, for your wonderful spirit. The event also demonstrated the country's ability to provide safe, secure, and peaceful conditions for international events, thanks to the interagency collaboration on security and emergency medical preparedness. Friends, during the tournament, we never ever had any incident within all our teams, among our teams who came here of any security breach or glitch. And I want to confirm, this must be thanked to the leadership of the Interagency Security Coordination Committee. CHAN 2024, according to the CAF President, Dr. Musepa, and I quote, "This has been the most successful CHAN tournament in the history of CHAN competition." I want us to clap for the President of the Confederation of African Football. Madam Speaker, this recognition enhances the reputation as a credible destination for sports tourism and boosts confidence in Uganda's co-hosting of AFCON 2027. In several disbelief meetings, CAF continued to recognize the dedication and tireless efforts of the local organizing committee from Uganda. They appreciated the infrastructure at Nambole and all training features. My Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, as I conclude, CHAN 2024 has left Uganda with a renovated world-class infrastructure facility, operational on how to handle these key tournaments, strengthen institution, enhance human capital, economic benefits for our people, and above all, made the country to be united under one spirit of supporting the Uganda Cranes. The Uganda Cranes historic performance is therefore not just football story, but also a testimony of resilience, determination, unity of purpose that defines Ugandans. It is a national achievement because it elevated the image of our country in a continental football and reaffirmed Uganda can indeed compete in the highest level, thus deserving this highest recognition at the August House. Madam Speaker, as I sum up, the HED President and the Minister of Education and Sports have this evening organized a dinner for the national team, the Uganda Cranes, at State House in Entebbe, beginning at 6 p.m. to recognize the outstanding performance during this tournament. I want to say the 2.4 billion is no longer a word for me and the country, is now a word which is within the accounts of the individual players and the entire team which participated. This evening, the President will be able to show the world what he has done. And Madam Speaker, on a special note, on behalf of the people of Ngariam, as a certified hustler, let me thank you for this initiative. I wish you all the best. I say all this for God and my country.
Thank you.
Glory to Uganda Cranes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. As the person who delivered the message, I'm also happy that the boys are now smiling. I am very happy that I did not deliver air. Thank you. The motion will be seconded by the FUFA president first. Those are his boys. Can I have order from those ones?
Right, Honorable.
Honorable Magogo, just a minute before you make your statement, can the minister lay on table my gift, the gift of Parliament, not mine?
Madam Speaker, I would have loved my brother Salongo.
There are two. One will be laid by you and one will be laid by Salongo.
So I want my brother Salongo to decide which one is going to lay. So,
For
Madam
you lay the t-shirt because you're not a ball person.
Madam Speaker, allow me officially open up this t-shirt, which was, and it is going to go on record, as a replica jersey, which our national team, the Uganda Cranes, used during the Chan Tournament 2024. Can I request that this picture is taken, Salongo, come closer. There's a reason why I want him to come closer. So, Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on table a yellow jersey for the Uganda national team. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Thank you. No, that was our official jersey, yellow. Yes, Honorable Engineer.
Right, Honorable Speaker, may I also...
Members, it is only football that brings everybody together. Irrespective of politics, religion, we are all one when it comes to Uganda Cranes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, may I also take this opportunity to lay on table the Zakayo ball. Yeah, that's the official name, Zakayo, and under the brand Janzi, which is owned by the Federation of Uganda Football Association. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's lay.
Right, Honorable Speaker, and dear members of Parliament, I would like to add my voice to the Minister in thanking His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for the support because when we mooted this idea of hosting CHAN and AFCON, we went to him, and within a blink he accepted to do two roles for us. First of all, to align all the government apparatus to support the bid, but also to talk to the presidents of the other sister countries to buy into the project. He did not only do that, but he also engaged the CAF president in various calls and meetings to ensure that Pamoja, as we called it, was awarded the rights to host AFCON 2027 and consequently CHAN 2024. I also joined the minister to thank the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, and I'm very sure that by the end of this tournament she has learned a lot about football, the terminologies and the meetings she has shared. For us as football, it is advocacy done very well, to the extent that she chaired meetings, including Christmas time, to ensure that things are done well. Not only chairing meetings, not only guidance, but also attendance to the matches and also prayers. Instead of thanking, I also thank the Honorable Minister of State for Sports for his personal effort. We had so many meetings, sometimes getting home extremely late to ensure that the facilities are ready, and he did not tire to ensure that all doors of the different government offices are opened. Thank you so much, the Honorable Minister. I also take the opportunity to thank yourself, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, in your capacity as the Speaker, but also in your personal capacity, because on a number of occasions we needed you, especially to bridge to the CAF President, sometimes to the President, and you are very available. You also did not stop at that, but you checked on the team and gave them encouraging words, and of course delivering that wonderful message of the 1.2 billion Uganda shillings per win that motivated the players for the kind of performance that we achieved. We also thank the Deputy Speaker because he was engaged. He led the team that went to present the bid. It wasn't easy, but with his support and presence, we were able to pull off the bid. Right Honourable Speaker and members of Parliament, I want to use this opportunity to thank the members of Parliament for your support that you have given us as the House, because whatever we have presented here, whatever we brought here, was passed without any question. Thank you so much. And all I can say is that may the Almighty God help you come back to the 12th Parliament of Uganda. At this moment, I also want to thank the CAF President, because personally he did a lot to ensure that East Africa, because East Africa was not ready. It was going to be the first time for us to host, but it needed his personal effort to appreciate that we are part of Africa. And indeed, at the end of the day, like it has been mentioned, CHAN 2024 has come out to be one of the most and best organized CHAN competitions in the history of CAF. The staff and the other members of CAF, we thank them, but I also want to take the opportunity to thank the local organizing committee chaired by the Minister of Education and Sports, the First Lady, for the work done to organize the event. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the security agencies, particularly SFC, for the support they gave, because for the third time at our events, there was free access without any hassle at the entrances, and the Ugandans are very, very happy for the support that was provided. Right Honourable Speaker and members, this brings a challenge that the moment the CHAN competition was finished and we went back to organizing other competitions, we went back to our usual organizations where we use particularly the Uganda Police to be able to provide security. And we have gone back to challenges where fans struggle to access the stadium. I want to use this opportunity to call upon the respective offices to ensure that we need this support for Ugandans to be able to access the stadium and be able to go and reach home with their property without them being attacked on their way going back home. Right, Honorable Speaker, I take this opportunity to thank the FUFA executive and the staff for the work they have done. That we do not get here by chance. We have gotten here by a lot of planning and a lot of hard work. And please, we need to respect the work they have done and thank them, because without them, some of these innovations may not have seen light. I also want to thank the coaches, Coach Mole Biekwaso, and the entire coaching staff supported by our supervising coach, Mr. Paul Put, for the work you've done. The Ugandans are now very happy with the style and the quality of football that the team is exhibiting. It's very entertaining. We really want to take this opportunity to thank you so much. I remember in the beginning, it was a slow start when we lost to Algeria, and the head coach had very many questions to answer, but we continue to say that we will do well going forward, and we were able to turn around the wheel, and today we are being recognized and thanked by the Parliament of Uganda. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the players, the gallant players, who fought for the country, who fought for the badge, who fought for the flag. I think we need a big round of applause for the players, particularly because they are the soldiers who go on the front line. They are the ones who score the goals. They are the ones who give us the kind of happiness that we received. Right, Honorable Speaker, it will be unfair for me to conclude without thanking the fans of the Uganda Cranes. Another big round of applause. The fans of the Uganda Cranes, stand up. The fans of the Uganda Cranes, may we give them a standing ovation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to...
Honorable Magogo, when you're in this house, it is only me who has powers to tell anybody to stand up. So
right, Honorable
you do
Speaker,
not have those powers.
I've not borrowed your powers, and but it's excitement of what the fans did, because we had full house for all the matches that Uganda Cranes played in Mandela National Stadium.
Including the First Lady.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I also want to take this opportunity to inform the August House and the entire country that this is the highest level that this team has reached. And some of the players who have performed very well in this team, this is a team composed of players who are playing in the domestic competitions in the clubs that are domiciled in Uganda. But some of these players, as we speak, out of their performance from CHAN, have gone on to be part of the senior national team, the Uganda Cranes, and have also delivered and performed. The 2 goals we scored against Somalia in the World Cup qualifiers were scored by players from CHAN, and that's Jude Semugabi, who is in the house today, and Alan Okello, who is also in the house today. It means that this was a successful competition, because the objective of this competition is to give the home-based boys an opportunity to be able to be seen and also to be considered for the senior team when our players playing outside the country eventually come to play for the team. Right now, I want to conclude by raising an issue that these players come from clubs. When we invite them to the national team, where they have grown up, where they have been identified, where they live every day, is within the football clubs in the country. Today, as we speak, club football in Uganda does not have the financial resource required to ensure that these players are fed well, are trained well, sleep well, and get motivated well. What happens is that the countries we compete with on the African continent, this competition like Algeria, Ethiopia, and others, their respective governments are directly funding and supporting these clubs for them to be able to finance and fund these boys so that by the time they come to the competition, they are ready to compete on a level ground. We lost some of our key players who would have been part of this team just before the competition, because they had to join leagues outside Uganda for them to make a living. And they were joining leagues. For example, Dennis Omedi went to Rwanda. Dennis Uganda also went to Rwanda because the clubs there, supported by the state, are paying much higher than the Ugandan clubs. It is therefore important that before we see these players in the senior national team, and we call them our boys, and we ask where they are sleeping, and we make them ours, we should understand that there is work which is supposed to be done in the clubs, and these clubs are being run by private sector people using their personal resources, many of them. And indeed, as a country, if we are to go and compete and qualify even to bigger competitions, we need to support the sector, just like all other private sector players are being supported by government as part of the socio-economic transformation. Right, Honourable Speaker, I want to conclude by saying that as a country we benefited. The Honourable Minister has talked about what we benefited. I don't want to repeat that, but Uganda's visibility on the continent. I was moved when I heard clips of television programs in many African countries discussing our players and their performance. I think this gives Uganda visibility, and there's nothing, like you have rightly said, Right Honourable Speaker, that brings us together like football does in this country. At the matches, I saw members of Parliament from both sides of this house supporting, jumping, hugging, because of the performance of the Uganda Cranes. I would be challenged to name another event or activity that would bring together Ugandans the way the Uganda Cranes and particularly football does. I want to conclude by thanking everybody I may not have mentioned that probably made a contribution to this. And it's a learning curve where we have not done very well as a local organizing committee, where there have been some mistakes. As a federation, please, we learn from hosting such competitions, and I believe by the time we do AFCON 2027, we'll have a better competition. I beg to submit.
Thank you so much. You've had the players market the country, and these players come from clubs. That now takes us to our third prayer. Honorable Minister will amend the third prayer, that we should be able as government to fund the clubs. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay? The ayes have it. Minister, do you have anything to say?
Madam Speaker, the President of the Federation was part of the meeting in State House where the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports and His Excellency the President called during that time of the CHAN competition. The President did indicate that he would interest government to look at on how some of these clubs could be supported by government. I thank all of us here as who have agreed. My role and your role is now to support this investment, which the Minister of Education and Sports actually has pledged through the Federation to have a meeting with the clubs. And I am happy this afternoon, I am going to raise this matter in the dinner, which we will be able to have in Entebbe before the President and the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports. But Madam Speaker, I have no objection to the amendment of the motion.
And include the proposal in the next BFP.
Madam Speaker, most obliged.
Process.
Most obliged.
Thank you. Honorable Basalirwa and then Solo. All of you will speak. Then we have another president.
Right on, Speaker, I want to thank you. And
Members, let's use 2 minutes.
Okay. Right on, Speaker, I want to thank you, and I stand to support the motion moved by the Minister and supported by the Honorable Magogo. Right on, Speaker, we are all excited by the performance of the Uganda Cranes. There's no doubt about that. I am fortunate, Right Honourable Speaker, that I watched all the games in Nambole with my father and mother. Yes. No, the wives didn't come. But my Right Honourable Speaker, as you are aware, my father and mother are #1 fans of the Uganda Cranes. So every game, they would come from Bujiri and would watch. So I want to thank this parliament.
His mother is actually the chairperson of NRM, Bugiri Municipality. Yes.
Yeah, that is her problem. It is not my problem. Because Right Honourable Speaker, my mother has been in those things. By the time I came of age, she was already there. Each time I ask her, when are you leaving? She says, I will leave when I want, which is really not very good. But Right Honourable Speaker, away from that, I want in a special way to thank this parliament. This parliament here, Right Honourable Speaker, especially the parliament that you are presiding over, has played a critical role in promoting the sports subsector in this country. You recall when we had an old sports law, it was this parliament that took the initiative, the Honorable Magoga and myself, with the support of the minister, that moved, and the shadow minister here, that moved to have a new sports law that in effect has professionalized sports in this country. So, as we appreciate everybody, as chairperson of the Parliamentary Sports Club, I want to first appreciate and recognize this house for the enormous contribution you have made towards the sports subsector, and I know history will be written on all of us for being very critical and developmental in as far as the sports sector is concerned. Number two, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank the technical team, Coach Mole Vyekwaso and the team. They have now understood the type of football that Ugandans want. And that's exactly what they are doing. It's the reason why, Right Honourable Speaker, fans are going to watch the Uganda Cranes, because they are playing the football that Ugandans want. I want in a special way to thank you, to recognize you, to appreciate you. If you were playing another type of football, I'm telling you, we would not be coming to the pitches. Ugandans want football where we are attacking and we are scoring, and the excitement comes. That is precisely what we are doing. So, Coach Mole Vyekwaso and the team, I want to thank you so much for the kind of football we are playing, and the players for adopting to that kind of football. Right Honourable Speaker, I know most of these players, because me, I watch the local leagues. So I know the Joel Mutakubwas, the Alan Okelos, Joel Serunjoji, Torach, Marvin Kizito, that one is KCC, Usama. I know Alan Okelo, Mpande, I know Judy Semugabi, who plays like me. Exactly, if you have seen me play, I know these players. So they have adopted to the type of football that our coaches have done. So we want to appreciate. Let me also appreciate FUFA and the local organizing committee for creating technology in sports. We now have online tickets, and Ugandans are now appreciating that football is shifting. Because, Right Honourable Speaker, I was here and some colleagues were looking for physical tickets. And I kept advising them, tickets are now online. So, and I'm sure that this kind of technology and revolution that we are witnessing will go ahead, and we have to adopt. So the fact that we are witnessing online, the technology, we are purchasing tickets online, is a kind of revolution that I think shows that we are not moving backwards, but we are moving forward. Right Honourable Speaker, in a special way, I want to recognize and thank the local organizing committee, especially for the hospitality. Honorable Florence Nachuala there, Edgar Watson, Mtege, and your group, Mugisha, we want to thank you. If you, I happen to have been to the World Cup in Qatar with the minister here. The kind of hospitality that was exhibited here is far much higher than what we witnessed in Qatar, and he's here, he can tell you. So I'm sure countries will come to benchmark with us here on matters of hospitality. And I'm talking about hospitality in its totality. So I want to thank the local organizing committee for what we witnessed. Right on, Speaker, it is important that now we have infrastructure that we are proud of.
Can we have order?
We have infrastructure, right on, Speaker, that we are proud of as a country. And I'm glad that even other countries are now coming to play in our pitches. That in itself, there is no way we are going to develop sports if we don't have the infrastructure. As I conclude, we want to thank this Parliament, to thank government, to thank FUFA, right on, Speaker, under the able leadership of the Honorable Hashim Moses Magogo Isabidi, for the developments that we are witnessing, especially in the areas of the infrastructure and the rest. Finally, right on, Speaker, I want to appeal to government and FUFA. As we engage CAF, there are issues that we are accustomed to. I know there were many protocols that we had between the government of Uganda and the CAF related to branding, related to advertising and the like, and the limitations. We want to call for more flexibility and more involvement of local companies in these processes. Right, Speaker, there was a very big concern that local companies were not fully involved, but we knew where the problem came from because of the strict CAF protocols. So in future, we must engage the CAF administration so that there is more involvement of the local players in that sense.
Thank you.
Right on, Speaker, I'm also, through you as the patron of the Parliamentary Sports Club and the President, I am inviting the Parliamentary Football Club to have a friendly match with these people here as one of the ways of integrating ourselves. I thank you, right on, Speaker.
I don't want my members of Parliament to lose their legs. No, we will not allow that. We will not allow that. Honorable Solo, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to join this House and the country to thank the Uganda Cranes Chan team for reaching such a milestone. I want to thank every person involved so that the country hosted such a big tournament. Right, Honorable Speaker, the FUFA President who brought this idea to the East African region, the local organizing committee, but most especially, Right, Honorable Speaker, the Shadow Minister for Sports, because everything has been there in Israel. Right, Honorable Speaker, this Chan tournament helped the country very much. It unified us all. From the northern side, from the eastern side, all the country was together and represented by both the players and the fans. So I think as a country, we are happy in that moment. And the boys played well, especially in the white jersey. They scored many goals.
So there is equity.
So
there is equity in sports.
Somehow. So I request them next time to wear the red jersey. They will score very many goals. Next time we'll see, all right, Honorable Speaker. As we appreciate the achievements we got, right, Honorable Speaker, allow me to mention a few challenges that would help us as we are going to host Chan 2027, AFCON 2027, so that we can work upon them to have a fabulous tournament. But Honorable Speaker, the marketing issue of this tournament. Remember, we brought that issue here, and we got money when we were towards the tournament. So the country didn't feel that feel we wanted as a country. I think next time we need to plan more and deal with the professionals. I remember the opening ceremony, which was in Kolo. The ball I saw was a Premier League ball. The anthem that were sung there, they were for FIFA World Cup. So I think next time, Honorable Minister, when you are organizing such a ceremony, you need to involve the professionals that know football more. And we also needed an opening ceremony at the pitch at Nambole, because football is not played in Kolo, but is played in Nambole. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for the initiative for the presidential pledge. We are very happy, and I know my boys, the boys are also happy. I saw one of the players, Nicholas Mwere from Jinja, is already looking around for land to buy. But we ask the president, let this man not be taxed. Let these boys.
Honorable, that money is not taxed.
That's great. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Taxed.
That was a very big concern. As I conclude, Right Honorable Speaker, I also want to emphasize the issue of local football investors. Right Honorable Speaker, people who run these football clubs and other sports, for boxing and others, they get this money from their pockets. So I want to call upon, maybe you have a policy where all all investors here, maybe international or local, they have to put a certain percentage in
It
football
shouldn't
club.
be all. You should not have a briefcase football team and you say government is going to fund. It is going to be selected ones.
Not a club, but Right Honorable Speaker, in Ethiopia, every company in the country has to be affiliated to any sports club, be either football, netball, or boxing, to get an investment license. I think that will help us more to see that these clubs grow and we get more and more players.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I want to refer you to the Sports Act. There is a provision for the incentives. And as we prepare the taxes for the next financial year, we should bring that on board. Yes. Presido.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am speaking on behalf of the Federation of Motorsports Clubs of Uganda, and we would like to send our congratulations to the Uganda Cranes for the performance which they did during CHAN. As a fellow member of a sports fraternity, I want to send a special congratulations to the team. It is a great honor to put on your national jersey and represent your country. It is humbling, it is a privilege. Whether red, yellow, white, blue, green, you are there as a national. And all of us, as Ugandans, appreciate when Uganda succeeds. At least from my point of view, when Uganda is winning, we are winning. When Uganda is showcasing, we are showcasing. All of us. It is not a partisan issue, it is a national issue where we must support our athletes and help develop them to the next level. On motorsports, I have had the privilege of representing the country both on the track but also here on the floor of Parliament. Last year we sent a team to Morocco and we came back with second. During the occurrence of CHAN, we were in Zimbabwe and Uganda emerged third overall. Madam Speaker, the young lady which Parliament took up was able to defend her position as the junior champion for another year. So I'd like to congratulate you, Madam Speaker, for the support given to this young athlete who is carrying the Uganda flag. I would also like to extend my support and congratulations to the technical team, because a lot on sports is preparation. It is almost 90% preparation.
Switch on.
And then the game is now where the coaches, the managers, the technical people, you're sitting on the edge and you're only lending your support to the young people who are carrying our flag on the pitch. So it is a heavy burden on them, but I want to congratulate the technical side, the professional side, on helping developing this character in these young people to be able to carry our flag further. Lastly, I would like to, through the Minister and also the President of FUFA, send my apologies. I will not be able to attend the dinner today. I wanted to attend. Let it be clear. I wanted to attend as FMU, but due to a busy schedule, I have not had the chance of having my COVID, so I do not want to go and be turned away. But I am in total support of national sports and what FUFA has done.
Thank you. Thank you, Presido. Olympian. Let's first start with people who know football, who know sports. Honorable Achon.
Yes, Right Honorable
Oa.
Speaker and colleagues, I think we are all excited. There's nothing much we are going to do. And I would like to add my appreciation and congratulations to our teams Uganda. I think I'm speaking some of you, when I won my first gold medal, some of you were not born. In 1996, I was 18 years old, the greatest man who won the medal with borrowing shoes. I think your coaches know. Honorable Speaker, sports is one of the major highly paid institutions in the world, if we know. And I would encourage my colleagues and you, the players, let us encourage our children and let us encourage our friends, our brothers. If you look at other countries who are investing in sports, I think the entire country or the town is changed. For example, in Kenya, we have Eldoret for men for athletics. And I would urge you, this country to encourage and also to continue building more stadiums. And I'm appreciating the country, mostly the president of this country, His Excellency President Museveni, for investing in sports. In my time, Honorable Speaker, we would receive $100 for in full 4 years training for Olympics. But I'm so grateful for His Excellency coming up paying each wins to be given 1.2 billion and appreciating. And sometime I'm wishing if I would rewind my age. But nonetheless, I'm still thanking this parliament. I think since I joined this parliament, we already made a huge improvement in sports in this country. Our children, they're getting allowances. Our sports, we are constructing stadiums. There are so many things happening, Honorable Speaker. And I'm advising these young athletes, the token that you receive is a peanuts. It's very little money. It's nothing. I'm 48 years old, but my contract still paying me until I go to heaven. Even my children, they pay their school. Some are being paid before they are born. So I'm encouraging you to play more and more. You shouldn't give up. Be humble, and you must know God and believe in yourself. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Bua. Angura, I am coming to all of you. Angura, this one takes players out of the country.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me also take this opportunity to congratulate our gallant sons, congratulate the organizing committee, both local and CHAN, to congratulate the managers. As you're aware, Madam Speaker, the support you've extended to us as FESTOWEB has enabled us get players out of the country. They are now in various clubs, and I know the contacts have already been received by our technical teams, and this will be a very big boost when it comes to the main competitions coming ahead. So all I want to say to these young gallant sons of ours, here I speak on behalf of FESTOWEB. You are aware of the many players, your colleagues who are out. You're aware of Alan, you're aware of Irimbabazi, and many others. As I speak to you now, next week we are receiving 3 coaches coming from abroad who were excited by the good performance that you exhibited. You never know, you might be one of those who are going out, and we shall be glad to position you where you want to be out there. So, Madam Speaker, I want to thank you once again. Let's continue to support them, and for the support you're giving us, continue to raise up the flag, give us more support. We have opened the doors, and it will be the sky will be the limit for the Ugandan athletes here, both football and also other sporting opportunities. We have scholarships now that are coming up from various universities. Already, as I speak to you, 5 are going to universities in the US because of their athletic performances. So FESTOWEB will be partnering with you, and I want to thank the Federation for the support you all. for the support you always keep giving us. We are utilizing these opportunities for the good of the young ones here and the country at large.
Thank you, Honorable Mbayo. She used to be a very good netballer.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me join the rest of the colleagues in paying tribute to the Uganda Crane for the outstanding performance. And Right Honourable Speaker, I used to think that football is for the huge, tall, and giant. But when I saw Uganda Cranes play, I appreciated the people who scouted the talents of these handsome boys that have managed to hold the Uganda flag high. I want to thank H.E. the President of Uganda, Mama, the Minister for Education, the coaches, and all the stakeholders who have enabled this team to get all this far. This team brought us all on board. I'm not a fan of football, but this time round, I got involved in football, and I was only concerned for the dates when Uganda Cranes was playing. And the time when Uganda Cranes played with South Africa, I think that is when I was more excited. I saw the boys play, I saw Uganda high, and I really appreciated the talents that these young boys exhibited. I want to end by urging the young boys out there to continue flying the Uganda Crane high and high.
Thank you. We have a very limited time. The boys have to go to State House. Yes, Elder. Motion? You have a motion? After the elder.
Madam Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. For the record, I played for Northern Uganda in the 60s under coach Peter Abe. My teammates were Perry Okech, David Oti, even the late David Obua were in the Northern Uganda team together. Also for the record, in 1965, yours truly, James Baba, was the third fastest man in Uganda. I wore the Uganda badge for the first All-Africa Games in Congo-Brazzaville. My teammates were Omolo, Odongo Duka, and many others. But here I'm to congratulate the young men and the coaches for the wonderful display they performed. The journey for your championship going forward is now on. You are soon going to be the champions of football all over Africa and in the world. As Julius has said, Honorable Julius has said, sports is a money maker. Aim to be professionals. Be in Arsenal, be in Manchester United, be in my team Liverpool. You'll earn tons of money. You'll earn tons of money. But my main message is to Minister Honorable Peter Ogwang. Thank you for all the work you have done. Let's do 3 other things. 1, talent spotting. Establish an institution for talent spotting among the clubs, among the institutions to bring up these young men, and put up an academy where they can be trained to become real professionals, like you have done in the sports sector. 2, scale up the building of stadiums. Keep close.
Okay, a minute.
Keep close to the First Lady. Let's scale up stadiums. We in West Nile were waiting for Injikuru Stadium, like you have started in Lango and elsewhere.
in Zikuru.
Lastly, the incentives for players must continue apart from supporting the clubs. Let these young men and boys be paid some money at every tournament they play so that they can continue to be encouraged. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, looking at the excitement of both houses.
Your acting law wants to.
Okay, yes.
Now the law has come.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank you and receive my superior with open hands. But mine is to congratulate the Cranes and the management for the sterling performance and for doing Uganda and us proud. In fact, even with that narrow exit, with the narrow loss that you made to Senegal, you did it with pride. And I was keenly watching. Madam Speaker, I want also to appreciate the investment that has been made on the sports infrastructure. But what is remaining is also to improve the ecosystem that develops players. And we are lacking in many aspects as far as the ecosystem is concerned. Of course, it includes good accommodation, it includes nutritional feeding, and name it, Madam Speaker. The rest speaks for itself. The online ticketing, Madam Speaker, was a blessing. I had been one who was scared of watching football at Nambole because of the crowding, because of the stampedes. But the online ticketing this time around was a huge blessing, and I must salute it, and the initiative must be kept up. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and to appreciate Honourable Nambeshe for holding fort, and also join colleagues in congratulating the Uganda Cranes on the stellar performance we have seen thus far. They've been putting up very good shows. Also to thank the people of Uganda for showing up in droves each time the Cranes have got a match. It's an incredible thing. We meet there, all forms of colors, all tribes, and so on. Sports is an interesting thing. It unites us. You know, at that point, I forget that Major Ramirama here is my political opponent, and we get to support and vouch for the Uganda Cranes. Hopefully, we get to do that continuously. Honourable Speaker, we often make a case for the growth, development of sports infrastructure. We want to remind government to do this a lot more. It is important that our young people who are talented get to have a platform, get to have space to grow these talents. That's why we always emphasize these issues. Let's develop infrastructure for sports. That's the only way we shall get to have stars. Across, by the way, whether it be in soccer, sometimes we overemphasize soccer, and that's okay because people love it, but there's other sports disciplines too. Athletics, boxing, basketball, netball, etc., etc. We need to look at an all-round kind of situation regarding sports. I saw the promise that was made to the Uganda Cranes that each win they will get 1.2 billion
It is
shillings.
not a promise, it is now reality.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
I'm glad it has been fulfilled. I hope it has. Because for a very long time, these sports personalities...
Honourable Senyoy, you're hearing from the head of legislature.
And I am appreciative
that it has been fulfilled.
That's a good thing. Because in the past, people would be promised, and then you see them coming to the media. There's a time in Zikuru 1, and they promised her a house. Every year she would be coming to the media saying, my house has not come yet. So it's important that when we promise, we fulfill. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, can we buttress the lives of these stars not just at the time they are playing. So it's good they get to be promised when you win 1.2 billion shillings. But can we take care of their welfare even away from that? Because it's a process. By the time they get to where they are to play and win, it's been an entire process. Let's support them through the process and not wait for the final time when they have matches and then they're under pressure. We have got 1.2 billion shillings to win. But previously, you find they probably were struggling to go training because of numerous issues, yeah? So let's support all of that.
Thank you.
And the sports minister should be happy I'm saying these things, because many times he comes here, makes a case, and says, give me more money. And then Parliament will give him some, and not all. So let's avail to them what they require, and then we hold them accountable. That's very important. The stadia that are being built want accountability, so that this money is put to very good use. Very finally, Right Honourable Speaker, I saw something that perplexed me. It's good the Minister of Sports is here, he will respond to this. The standards. Because sports, like all other sports disciplines, soccer, there are standards. We were dumbfounded when we saw on the news the hotel facility at which the Uganda Cranes were staying, somewhere in Kisasi. The road to the hotel, not very accessible. I'm told the bus would stop somewhere, then they alight to access the hotel. Our opponents were staying at good 5-star hotels. I think we can afford for our stars to stay at good facilities. If we can afford to give them 1.2 billion shillings per win, then we can afford to put them in a good place where they are safe. But if they have to jump out of the bus to access, you know, the place where they are staying, that speaks of insecurity, it speaks of discomfort. Can we address these very critical concerns, Honourable Minister? Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Minister. And the ones who were staying at a 5-star hotel, did they reach where we reached?
Madam Speaker, first of all, let me begin by congratulating the Leader of Opposition for the questions and the pertinent issues he has raised. To begin with the latter, all teams which were competing during the CHAN tournament were taken care of by the Confederation of African Football, including Team Uganda. I want to repeat in affirmative. As a country, there were certain items which CAF agreed to take care of them. Number one was the accommodation, transportation of teams in the countries of the competition and exiting the country of the competition. So for the hotel which the team was staying, that hotel was certified by CAF. Let me also go on record on that, because it is them who are the owners of the competition. Secondly, as country Uganda, we did facilitate the team for preparation of the competition. But when it came for time for the competition, CAF took over not only Uganda, but South Africa, Niger, Guinea, and Algeria. I hope I've answered that question. Now, the other additional infrastructure, for instance, the roads. As of now, if some of you have observed, we are already beginning to prepare for AFCON 2027. For purposes of roads in areas where, in our considered opinion, are prime for this particular competition, those are the roads which government is going to work on. And that particular road, I want to say, it is in the...
Case is here. Switch on.
It's one of the roads which is in the Kampala Capital City Authority Management. And I don't know, Right Honourable Speaker, it might even be in the constituency of Honourable Leader of Opposition. It is Kawempe. However, I also want to interest us. Let us look at the master plan under the Kampala Metropolitan Development Roads structure. It is there, those roads are there. The other issue which I again want to mention here is the question of welfare of the former national players. Right Honourable Speaker, we have the law here under the National Sports Act. I want to interest Parliament that this law gives us Minister of Education and Sports, Minister of Finance, to see what incentives we can do. When we're looking at that law, We were looking at, for instance now, the superstars before us here. They're very low. Can give us, if you gave me money, I can be able to give them beyond what they have received. That's already taken care of. The other one which I want to thank Honorable Baba and actually Lope. When we talk about facilities, the current regime of the infrastructure we're doing is for multi-sport. It's not only football. When I build a stadium like now Nambole, I want to redevelop Nambole to include other additional facilities, including indoor games. I want to develop Lugogo to have indoor games. I want to Hoima, as I speak now, as a provision for an indoor games, which talk about all indoor games. Akiba Olympic Stadium has provision for all indoor games. Why are we doing this? It's for purpose of talent identification and development as a country. So colleagues, we are on course. Now, are we going to continue working on this infrastructure?
Thank you. Yes, Minister.
It's part of the plan of the NRM government to provide these state-of-the-art stadiums in all regions of Uganda.
Thank you.
I thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, you're done? Okay. Prime Minister.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I first apologize for coming in. At this time, I was in Munyonyo, where we have a ministerial regional meeting concerning higher education. I was in charge of chairing and chairing it. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to congratulate the Uganda Cranes for participating and reaching at that level whereby they made us proud that they reached the quarterfinals. We thank you so much and we are proud of you. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the Uganda Railways, that is Ministry of Works, for providing the line that was taking these people from town to Nambole. They made it easy for them, and at least there was the congestion was not so much. Right Honorable Speaker, the government is supported. The government is committed to supporting the sports, and it has been evident that in every budget that we come up with, the sports program or the sports have been given the money. We've given the money to them as Parliament and as government. I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for fulfilling the pledge of 1.2 billion for each win. And I know His Excellency, the President, this evening is still inviting these people for a get-together, and he's showing the youngsters that we are proud of you, and is in full support of such of the sports. Right Honorable Speaker, government is building more stadiums in the country. We have Lida, we have Hoima, and others that are coming up. We know all that is support from government. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you, together with the Parliament of Uganda, for providing the jersey for this team, which were laid here in the House. This is, you led it, and many people are proud of you, because as a woman, you've shown what sports is in the country. So by laying these jerseys here and by talking to the Parliament to contribute to that, it was a sign of support, and we know that young team is also proud of our Speaker. I want to thank you so much for God and my country. We are still looking forward to see you doing more and more and reaching even the finals. I thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. upon the successful accomplishment of CHAN, and remember CHAN is a precursor to AFCON, as an institution responsible for accountability, appropriation, and oversight. We will ask the Auditor General to give us a special audit on how much we have spent on CHAN for us to be able to plan better for AFCON. And we want this report in the House by 30th of October. This will help this institution for us to know how much we spent and how much we should spend more. I now put a question that this House pays a glowing tribute to the Uganda national football team, the Uganda Cranes, for their outstanding performance at the 2024 African Nation Championship. With amendments, those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.